Have you ever heard someone warn that life after 80 can feel like being thrown into an unexpected curve? Even the strongest and most independent among us may find ourselves shaken by the subtle shifts that aging brings. In today's video, Advice for Seniors will walk with you through 5 harsh and surprising realities that almost everyone faces after 80. These aren't just the obvious changes in health or the numbers on a medical chart. They are quieter transformations in how others treat you, in how you perceive time, and in how certain memories suddenly become more vivid than ever. Some of these you may have felt but never quite named. Some may surprise you, but they all have one thing in common. They shape how we experience growing older. Stay with us until the end of the video, because understanding these changes not only brings peace, but also empowers you with strength, awareness, and hope for the years ahead. If this is your first time visiting Advice for Seniors, we warmly invite you to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. We're here to share heartfelt lessons and genuine insights for your journey through aging. Now let's begin. Reality number 1. Daily life begins to shrink. Once you cross the threshold into your 80s, you'll quietly notice a profound truth. The familiar world around you doesn't disappear overnight, but it gradually becomes smaller. Not all at once, but little by little, like autumn leaves falling gently to the ground, quietly, inevitably. Those long walks you used to enjoy become shorter strolls around the yard. Old friends, some move away, some grow frail, some leave this world altogether. Favorite cafes, familiar corners of your town, replaced by unfamiliar newness. Family gatherings and social visits grow fewer, no longer as effortless as they once were. You keep doing your best to live as usual, but somewhere deep inside you feel the world around you folding inward, shrinking, quietly, like a soft breath on a chilly evening. At first, it's just a few more quiet evenings, a few mornings waking up without any plans. But over time, the quietness settles into an emptiness, a feeling of being adrift that even you might find hard to name. And please remember, feeling this sadness does not mean you are weak. It simply means you have loved life deeply enough to mourn its changing shape. Still, a world that shrinks does not mean a life that ends. The outside world may grow smaller, but your inner world can grow larger than ever. Joy can still be found in the smallest things. A phone call with an old friend, an afternoon reading under a soft golden light, sharing your life stories with the younger ones in your family, or simply watching the flowers bloom on your front porch. Life doesn't have to be vast to be meaningful. As long as you can love, connect, and smile, the days remain rich with purpose and life. The world may grow smaller, but your heart can grow wider than it's ever been. Reality number 2. Small health issues are no longer small. When you step into your 80s, one thing many people don't expect is this. The health issues that once seemed minor can now turn into major concerns. A simple cold can linger for weeks. A tiny bruise can take a whole month to fade. A light stumble, something you once brushed off, could now lead to weeks of recovery or even an unexpected surgery. This change isn't just about slowing down. It's about how your body's ability to heal itself quietly no longer works the way it used to. Every time you forget to drink enough water, every skipped meal, every sleepless night, these small things can now have a much greater and faster impact on your overall health than ever before. You are still strong, make no mistake about that, but now your strength requires a different kind of care, a conscious attentiveness to even the subtlest signals from your body. Sadly, few people speak about this openly. Friends, family, even doctors might dismiss it all as just part of aging. But you feel the difference with every slower recovery, every dip in your energy that once would have bounced back easily. And the hardest part is not just physical, it's emotional. The frustration, the quiet disappointment, even a faint sense of betrayal by your own body. These are all completely natural feelings. But right here, you hold a special kind of strength, awareness. When you truly listen to your body, you learn to adapt your rhythm. You recognize when to rest, when to move gently, and when to seek medical support before things escalate. At this stage of life, strength is no longer about pushing through at all costs. Strength is about honoring your body, allowing it to rest, to heal, and to be loved with all the gentleness it deserves. Reality number 3, the feeling of becoming invisible in society. There's a quiet shift that very few people talk about. The older we get, the easier it is to feel like the world looks right past us without even realizing it. You walk into a room but no longer feel the same pull of attention you once did. You offer your thoughts during a conversation, but sometimes your words are brushed aside or interrupted, without malice, but without care. It's not that others are cruel, it's simply that modern society worships youth and speed, and sometimes forgets the deep, irreplaceable wisdom that only time can bring. You may notice it clearly. The stories you share are sometimes labeled old-fashioned. The hard-earned lessons you carry are sometimes dismissed too quickly. Your very presence, once a source of warmth for so many, seems to fade quietly into the background. And even if you don't speak of it, this realization leaves a soft ache in your heart. A sadness for the way the world you loved is slowly shifting. But hear this silence does not diminish your value. Your stories are still treasures, even if few sit still long enough to hear them. Your presence still matters, even if it doesn't draw attention the way it used to. Do not let the moments of invisibility make you shrink yourself. Keep sharing, patiently, calmly, sincerely, because those who are willing to sit down and truly listen, those are the ones who deserve your wisdom. You are not invisible. You are a living archive of memories, lessons, and kindness, a rare gift the world is blessed to have. Reality number 4, the unpredictable nature of your body. After 80, your body, the loyal companion that has carried you through decades, begins to feel more unpredictable than ever. There are mornings when you wake up feeling clear-headed, strong, as if you could take on the world. But then there are days when simply standing up from bed leaves you dizzy, tired, and unsure why. One day your legs move effortlessly. The next they betray you with sudden stiffness, aches, or numbness. Even bending down to tie your shoes can become a task requiring more effort than you ever imagined. The hardest part isn't just the physical struggle, it's the subtle erosion of trust in your own body. The same body that once carried you through countless milestones with such strength and grace. You find yourself moving more cautiously. You slow down, not because you are weak, but because you've learned the importance of steady, deliberate steps. You think twice before venturing out, not out of fear, but out of a gentle awareness. Will my body cooperate today? And all these emotions, the disappointment, the hesitation, the quiet sadness, are completely natural. But just like with all the previous realities, this awareness does not weaken you, it strengthens you. Because now you are learning the true art of living, listening to your body, adjusting your rhythm, preparing for unpredictability with calmness and care. You no longer demand perfection from your body. Instead, you meet it with gratitude and patience. Because even in its unpredictability, it is still carrying you forward in the most beautiful way it can. Now, your true strength lies in the flexibility of your spirit. You adapt, you embrace, you continue living with the quiet courage and dignity that only a lifetime of experience can forge. Reality number 5, the gradual shrinking of your social world. One of the quietest changes after 80 is the feeling that your social world is shrinking. Yes, the phone still rings from time to time. Yes, a few visitors still come. But deep inside, you can feel it. The rhythm is different now. And more importantly, the emotions tied to those connections have shifted. Relationships that were once lively and close now feel more fragile, more distant. Longtime friends move away, fall ill, or quietly leave this life. Family members absorbed in the busyness of their own lives check in less often, not out of neglect, but because life, in its relentless rush, pulls them elsewhere. You find yourself spending more hours in quiet reflection than in vibrant conversation. You recall the simple joys of the past, the laughter around dinner tables, the hurried hugs at goodbyes. Memories now become more than nostalgia. They are the way you keep your loved ones close, even if only in your heart. This doesn't mean you are weak or lonely. It simply means you are experiencing one of the most honest transitions of aging, one that few prepare us for. And because of that, the few deep, meaningful connections you maintain become more precious than ever. You don't need crowds. You only need a few true bonds. A handful of people who genuinely listen, who truly remember you, and that is enough to keep your heart vibrant. Because as the crowds thin and the noise fades, it is the heart-to-heart connections that truly anchor us to life. We have just walked together through 5 subtle yet profound realities that almost everyone will experience after turning 80. From the shrinking of the familiar world, the increasing fragility of health, to the feeling of becoming invisible in society, these are transitions that no one can completely avoid. But remember, recognizing these changes does not mean surrendering to decline. On the contrary, it is the way we live more mindfully, more intentionally, and with greater gratitude for each moment we still have. Aging is not only about loss, it is also a time to slow down, to cherish yourself more deeply, and to savor each moment with profound appreciation. You are not alone on this journey. Here at Advice for Seniors, we are always by your side, to listen, to share, and to gently remind you, you still have so much to offer this life. If today's reflections touched your heart, please don't forget to subscribe to Advice for Seniors and turn on notifications. We are here to walk with you as you continue writing the meaningful, rich, and beautiful chapters of your life. Thank you for spending your precious time with us today. May you live each day with peace, courage, and a heart wide open to all that life still has to offer. See you in the next video.